Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Virgo for the upcoming week. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If you need information regarding this video and the reading, all of the information you need is in the description box below. Please check it out. If you're returning, thank you for your support. I appreciate you watching and I appreciate your return. So we're going to get started, Virgo, right away. I want to give this first deck one more shuffle and we'll see what's going on with you. I want to remind you, because this is a general reading, it can pertain to any kind of relationship, situation, or circumstance that you might be dealing with. Okay, Virgo, so here we go. We're going to start off with the Hierophant in reverse, paired with the King of Cups. Nine of Cups in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. The Devil. The Hermit. Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Fool in reverse. So I think you've got a relationship on your mind right now, Virgo. I do believe you're the King of Cups energy in your underlying set of cards. King of Cups is a very compassionate, loving individual. This could be a father figure, somebody who wears his emotions on his sleeve, is willing and ready to express emotions and love, offer support. This is a very loyal individual. Right now, the cards are indicating that maybe you need to protect your emotions a little bit more closely, more carefully. You may be feeling overly cautious about a connection or a relationship, or feeling like you can't make some decisions in regards to a connection. Let's get some more cards out here for you, Virgo, and see what else we can get. So we have the Lovers again in reverse, clarifying the Hierophant. And the Queen of Swords in reverse, clarifying the King. Two of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles. The High Priestess is clarifying the Devil. Ace of Cups in reverse. The Sun. And the Page of Swords in reverse. So the cards are indicating that you might be making some decisions for all the wrong reasons. Some decisions pertaining to a relationship or connection. This might be a relationship or connection at a job or a place of employment, or in your work, maybe a coworker or somebody that you work around or with. I think there's a lack of communication between you and this person. There's a Queen of Swords on the table clarifying this King of Cups. I believe this person is the individual that you're dealing with. I don't feel like right now there is a lot of communication, or if there is communication, it's not productive or not. It's not resulting in anything positive. I feel like you have compassion and love for this person. This is not necessarily a romantic connection. I think you're feeling unsure about this connection and maybe a little bit cautious about communicating with this individual. Let's get some more cards out here. Ten of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. Six of Pentacles. The World. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So we have three pages in your outcome cards. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Page of Swords, all in reverse. I think that you're getting ready to walk away from a situation, possibly walk away from this relationship. The communication is not productive. I don't feel that this person is sincere or loyal to you. I feel like you're ready to give up on this individual. We do have the Page of Cups also in your underlying energy. So this person could be very immature. This could be someone who you're having trouble communicating with. I do feel like they are associated with you through work or through a workplace or work dynamic. And you might still be hanging on to this relationship because of that. In other words, you are connected in some other way that keeps you associated with this person, even though I feel like you're not connecting with this person on any level at all. I think you've tried. I think at one time you thought that this was a positive connection for you, something that would result in a very loyal, loving relationship. Possibly romantic connection, but I'm not feeling that right now, Virgo. Could be just something that you expected to have a long-standing friendship with this individual. But I think it didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to. I think that you put a lot of effort into this relationship. I don't think this person is presenting themselves. I don't think they're presenting their authentic self to you. And I think that they know that you're very intuitive and you're an intelligent individual, and Virgo wasn't born yesterday. So I think this person is starting to figure out that you are starting to figure out who they are. And as a result, this relationship has gone south because I think this queen knows if this person feels very manipulative to me, feels very insincere. This person could be a liar. I feel like this person has shut down, has stopped sharing themselves, who they are, maybe has stopped talking to you or just relating to you on a personal level because they know that you know who they really are. You figured this out through time. And they're starting to realize that you know that they aren't who they really say they are. This person just isn't loyal. This person, you have figured this out, and I think you're ready to let them go. Unfortunately, I think you're tied to them in some other way than just, you know, a casual friend or a connection that you made through a social circle or something like that. There's something else tying you to them, and I do believe it might have to do with work or finances, a job. And you became close to this person and then realized who they were. And this person is just not presenting their true self. They're just not. And you figured that out, Virgo. I want to remind you, too, that you can be any of the people that show up in the reading, mix and match, you decide. Also, the gender of the cards doesn't matter. So if you are this King of Cups, you could very well be embodying that kind of energy, but still be a woman. So just bear that in mind. You can be flexible with the energy. Obviously, don't try to make this story fit for yourself. If it's not resonating, it's not resonating. If it is resonating, you're going to know who you are in this story, and you're going to know the details surrounding the situation so that, you know, you can figure out what's going on for yourself here. Okay, so we have the Lovers again, clarifying the Lovers, this time in the upright position. So I think this was a relationship at one time that you felt had considerable what's the word I'm trying to think of? Potential. I think at one time you thought this relationship had considerable potential. Possibly even a 10 of Cups situation, something that would make you very happy, but this came out in reverse in your outcome set of cards with the Hierophant in reverse. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse, clarifying this Queen. 5 of Swords in reverse. Ace of Swords. Death. The Knight of Cups, clarifying the Ace of Cups in reverse, both in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Four of Wands. Excuse me. This person might be hanging around because they see that they can get something out of the relationship. In other words, this person might be an opportunist. I think that through time you realized that your gut's telling you that it's time to end this connection or let it go because it's not healthy. It's not right. You may have even learned the truth or who this person really was through working with them. You discovered the truth by working with them. And I think you've been dealing with a considerable amount of internal conflict. They might be playing they might have in the past or currently be playing mind games with you. Keeping you guessing, keeping you wondering. Again, acting like somebody that they certainly aren't. That seems to be a general theme going on, especially this past week here. Okay, so we have Justice in reverse. 8 of Pentacles again. The Empress in reverse. The Hermit again. 4 of Swords in reverse. The High Priestess again, but in reverse in the same set of cards with the High Priestess. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And then the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so more of the same. Cards are just confirming what I've been seeing since the beginning, is that this relationship is not what it appears to be, or not what you thought it would have, what you thought it was going to be when you first met this person, or first came into contact with this individual, I do feel like this is a work situation, work dynamic. I mean, you could be involved in a project with them. Maybe you have the same kind of a hobby. Whatever the case may be, you have the Eight of Pentacles twice. But I do feel that through that connection, and maybe it was a casual connection. You know, we don't always make super close connections with our coworkers. But so maybe it was a casual connection, but you became close over time. And at one time, I do believe you felt like this was a connection that would make you very happy. That was very positive, because you are the King of Cups energy. I mean, you are willing and ready to embrace any and all who are willing to match your compassion and loyalty, because those kind of relationships do result in positive things in our lives. And I think that you had hopes that this Queen of Swords would be that type of person to you, but it turns out that she's not. She's not that at all. I want to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for you, Virgo, to wrap up this reading. We have the Hermit twice and the High Priestess twice. I want to throw this out there because I do believe that there's indications here, Virgo, that you are a highly intuitive individual. And it's possible, for example, that through this casual connection, again, possibly related to a work situation, that you started seeing things that weren't adding up over time, that you kind of realized what was going on over time, that this person wasn't who they presented themselves to be. And you figured it out. And this person knows that you figured it out. This person can tell that you're on to them. And so I think that it feels, with all these pages on the table, it just feels like this person has resorted to this immature level of interacting with you. This is the type of person that acts like they don't know what's going on, and they act confused, or they're not sure about things, or maybe you question them about something or an action or something that they said in the past, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? I didn't say that, or, you know, that never happened. They're just kind of stepping back a little bit because they know that you're onto them. So they've adopted this kind of immature, high school-like, middle school-like persona, because they don't want you to see their true selves. Okay, these cards are going all over. I'm going to take this one. I think I'm going to take both of these. Is that just two? Is that just two? That's three. Well, I'm taking them now, I guess. You know what? It's okay, because I'm doing really good on time for this one. So we got healing in the upright position. We got the Six of Fire in reverse. I don't know that I've ever pulled this card in reverse for one of my videos. And then we have the Ten of Air. I love that card, but it also came out in reverse. So the reverse cards are potential blockages, Virgo, and this one in the upright is not a potential blockage. I'm going to read these to you, and hopefully they'll resonate for you and add something to this reading that you can take away, Virgo. We'll start with the healing card. This one might be a little bit lengthy. This is one of the influence cards. They're called influence. I think it's one of the influence cards. There's some extra cards in this deck. It's not like a traditional deck. Okay, so healing. Yeah, it's long. I'm going to read them all. Fast forward if you get bored. Okay, here we go. The healing card illustrates our third reason for being. However, it covers healing on several levels and does not necessarily suggest or imply that you are wounded or in need of healing, at least not on a conscious level. A happy, safe, and peaceful life does not always accord us with perfect health and well-being. Every person is vulnerable to dis-ease, whether it manifests in physical, mental, or emotional stress, or as a feeling of emptiness and longing that is born of spiritual wounds. Humans are a part of of hierarchical race. We have a social order with the elite and wealthy at the top and the uneducated and poor at the bottom. We are a species that is driven to win, with each of us striving to do better, to be better than the generation that came before. Those at the top want to stay there, and those at the bottom want to reach the top. We are goal-oriented and believe that success moves us forward and failure sets us back. We are on a perpetual quest to improve, whether it be our social standing, quality of life, or simple desire to be a better person. We must be better. We must do better. But what is better? In our quest for betterment, are we making ourselves ill? In the simplest terms, we often see success and failure in the same light as we do life and death. To succeed is to live, to fail is to die, or worse still, to descend into poverty, mediocrity, and obscurity. We become fixated on being the best, succeeding at all we do, and yet we may still fail to thrive. We may find we are not happy. We may find we are not healthy. Sometimes we find that even when we do accomplish our goals and are rewarded with wealth and prosperity, we are not satisfied and crave more. Are we enduring and doing only what we need to be done in order to survive? Are we so fixated on acquiring possessions that we have forgotten that happiness and well-being begins within us? Are we truly living? There is often so much going on around us in our day-to-day lives that we disconnect from our body, our thoughts, and emotions to such an extreme that when somebody asks, "How are you?" we automatically say, "I am well," regardless of our true feelings or whether we are physically well or not. To do this is an act of self-preservation and hides our vulnerability, our weariness, our dissatisfaction, and our dis-ease from others. We may be afraid of being honest because to do so could reveal our weakness in a world where we must always be strong in order to survive and succeed. The sad truth is that we may not only be doing it in order to hide our true state from others, but to hide it from ourselves. The healing card symbolizes a need to reconnect and listen to what your body, mind, and feelings are telling you, to work with them instead of against them, whether it be as simple as addressing a physical ailment or addressing that empty ache that comes from not denying ourselves enjoyment and connection. This card signals that it is time to rip off the layers of illusion, that the protective armor and the masks, and look what lies beneath. Are you fulfilled? Do you love your life? Are you happy? Or do you need everything that you strive for in order to be happy? Are you living a fulfilling life that you love, or are you simply enduring and dying a little more each and every day? The healing card brings with it questions like these. It also asks you to look at your life and determine whether your path heals you or harms you. If it is the latter, the healing card reminds you that it is in your power to change directions. Okay, let's look at the Six of Fire, which would be the Six of Wands. And this again is a potential blockage. This one's only about a third of a page. And I'm just taking a look at it because I haven't seen this card a lot come out. So I love this guy's beard. It looks like a fire with coals and embers. It's really cool. Okay, potential blockage, here we go. When the Six of Fire appears reversed in your reading, it may represent an unwillingness to come to the discussion table and resolve a problem that is not only affecting you, but those around you also. You would rather fight and win than to give an inch. Compromise is not in your vocabulary. Even if you may feel that you are justified and that the party who has wronged you should be held to account, understand that it is time. Your action and demands may also hurt innocent parties. It is time to put your sword down and step away from the fight, not just for your own sake, but for the benefit of those who are caught up in the war you are waging. Whether the war is with another or there is an internal conflict you are waging within, now is the time to end it. Try to accept that some things cannot be changed or resolved, and that sometimes the better person is the one who walks away. I think both of these cards are indicating your questioning of this relationship, whether it's time to spill the beans on what you know and how you feel, and maybe it's time to make some moves to get out of a situation that's not so healthy for you. So the Ten of Air in reverse as your last card. I'm going to read that, and we're going to end this reading for you, Virgo. Ten of Air, again, a potential blockage. This one also is very short. I'm going to display it in the upright. This is one of my favorite cards. I like the way it looks. It's really, really pretty. Okay, here we go. Ten of Air, by the way, would be the Ten of Swords, which did show up in your reading in the reverse in your underlying energy. And this is about new beginnings, but it could also be about starting over with the same old crap, you know, kind ending something and restarting it, that kind of thing. Okay, here we go. The Ten of Air reversed represents one who allows others' thoughts and opinions to define and shape them. Instead of moving forward and becoming an independent being, they have allowed others to determine their path and shape their reality. They have become afraid to think or speak for themselves and instead allow others to dominate. They do so because they are afraid of the great unknown and of what life will bring if they choose to defy convention, break with tradition, and stand alone. The Ten of Air reverse signifies a need for this issue to be addressed. It is time for you to grow up and leave home and step through the door to the great unknown. It is time to think for yourself, speak for yourself, and determine your own direction. The future longs to greet you, but it cannot if your present is being determined by everyone else but you. And there you go, Virgo. I do believe that this indicates that this relationship might be time to let this go. The Ten of Swords came out clarifying that Queen of Swords, and we talked about her already. So I think all three of these cards are indicating that you maybe need to question this relationship and where it's going. I think you've figured out what's going on with this individual. I think you know who this person is at this point in time. I think you've given your loyalty, your love, your compassion long enough, and it might be time to face this person and say, look, I know who you are. I know you're not being your authentic self. I'm done giving this if this is all you're going to provide me. And if this is all you've got to offer me, then maybe it's time for Virgo to move on, because this person is not willing to stand up and show who they truly are, because they're afraid of who they are, because they're afraid you're going to reject them. And frankly, you've already figured out who they are, and I have a feeling you're ready to walk away, Virgo. The cards are indicating that very strongly. Anyway, I'm going to leave that here. I hope that this reading gave you something to work with. Thank you so much for joining me. If it did resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. If you want to leave a comment, I do respond to those as well. So thanks again for joining me. Take care, Virgo, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.